Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Sandra. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, I want to take a look at a little planner that I picked up. I think I saw it on Facebook, but it's called the Maker's Yearbook. And we'll go to the first page so we can see the author. So, this book is written by a person named Nicola Taylor. So Nicola was a photographer. I did a little bit of reading in the first section, and she was struggling with doing the worker stuff, right? So she was, being the worker, and in a business that is your own, it doesn't matter what it is, online business, anything that you kind of start from scratch. At the beginning, unless you have, money and training to hire a bunch of employees, you're usually your own worker and you're your own boss. And sometimes you might struggle with being the boss, or you might struggle with being the worker. If you struggle with being the worker, then nothing will get done. And if you struggle with being the boss, then your work isn't going to get done as productively. So if you are the boss, you know how to make things work and you have really good tips for yourself. Like how you work and how productive you are at certain times of the day. And so this kind of covers a little bit of all of that, especially if you're new to business and you haven't really made a business plan yet and you need somewhere to start. So I started filling it out and I was like, well, wait a minute. I don't know if I want all of this stuff posted on social media. So what I did is I read the welcome page and then I made some notes. So basically, this is kind of like a short rundown form of that. It's basically you have 3 habits. This is what this is about. The first habit is you create one goal per month, and then you break that goal down into lots of small steps. And then the steps themselves should take no more than an hour or 2 to complete at most. And if it takes longer than that, then break that down again. So that's one goal per month. So, I mean, that's pretty doable. The second habit is keep to 3 main tasks each and every day. So it doesn't mean you're limited to only 3, because I know for myself, I have 101 every day, but these are going to be your 3 main tasks. And if you can, get them done at the very beginning. It's basically, it's from another productivity book, but it's called Eat That Frog. That you do the things first that you don't want to do, because then once it's done, you'll feel relief and be like, yes, it's over. I can focus on other stuff. So the 3 main tasks that will keep your business moving forward. And you'll see a little bit later how there's like different goals. So you can choose one or the other. So keep you moving forward towards whatever goal you've chosen. Okay, and the third habit is review your monthly progress, because without reflection, you can't learn from your mistakes. So this was kind of what she struggled with, is if it's your own business, you have to not only be the worker, but you also need to be the boss. And before we go any further, I just wanted to comment on where this is from. This is a Melody from Planners Anonymous. It is a B6 size, and I printed this planner in B6 size. So I did size it down because I'm pretty sure it was meant to be a letter size planner. And so it took a little bit of paper wasting, ink wasting, and time on my part in order to get it perfect the way I wanted it. I'm using the Fierce Melody. So you can check. I'm not sure if they have any of these left, but you can check. It's on plannersanon.com, www.plannersanon.com. I'll leave it on the screen. And they have these adorable little melodies. So the thing with them is that they are convertible. They come without rings. You do have to purchase rings separately. And they come with strings. So you can use it as a traveler's notebook. You can flip to the back, and it has a pocket here, so you can insert an HP mini or a B6 sized notebook. And it's so perfect. You can also use, like, I know a lot of people make planners. They're not like a happy planner, but they still use discs in there. And one person that comes to mind is Lisa Mendoza from Lisa Love Studio, I believe. And anyway, so I put rings in mine, and I punched everything for rings. And just because it's going to work out for me better that way. So that was the introduction. So the second divider is celebrate and learn from 2023. So this is where you reflect on everything. And so you can see I did start reflecting a little bit. So the first question, it's basically like a high and low of 2023. The first question is, what were my proudest moments and biggest successes in 2023? What were my toughest lessons? What were my big aha moments? So, like, when did you realize, oh, that's not working? Or, this is amazing. We should do more of this. And then, where was my business strong in 2023? And then, where was it weak? So, this really gets you to examine, like, if you keep statistics from month to month, which I do, or, financials, which again, I do, anything like that, you can really write it down here and get really in depth, because you kind of need to do that in order to change how you're going to move forward, especially if your business isn't going forward the way you want it to. And I think this is what I like most about this particular planner is how much of a review and focus on business it is. It's not just like a focus on your personal goals, it's actually focused on your business goals. So while the mainstay of this planner, like when we get to the daily meat of it, it's basically write your 3 things to do. So I can do that in my Franklin planner. I don't need this planner for that. But I really appreciated the in-depth review on orientated on business especially, and that was why I got it. So this side says 2023 review business and life. So what really worked well for my business in 2023, what didn't work well, what really worked for me personally in 2023, what didn't work well, how was my physical and mental health in 2023, how did my business impact my health and happiness, the best thing about my business, the worst thing about my business, and do I need to make changes to the way I work in order to protect my health, happiness, and family life. So this really talks about balance, because if it is just you and you have a business, I don't care what it is, anything that makes you money. It could be small, it could be a photography business, it could be YouTube channel, it could be an Instagram feed, it could be a B&B, or I don't care. Whatever it is also a reflection upon your personal life, because really when it's just you, your personal and your business coincide, and you have there's a very very fine line when it comes to balancing the two. And that was why my word of last year, well, for 2023, was balance, and I found it very difficult. Like I love being busy. I thrive on being busy and productive. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love my business, I love everything about it. But if I work on it too much, which I easily could, I could film video after video and edit them all, and I don't really get tired. I'm a generator. My human design type is a generator, and so I could just keep going forever. Um, that's one of my flaws, actually, is that, like, for example, if we're doing a project like a fence painting, like, everyone else will be like, you know what, we're ready to call it a day. Like, let's go for break, or let's go for home for supper. I'll be like, no, I'm just going to finish it till it's done. I'm cool. Like, you guys go on ahead. Because I could just work and work and work. It doesn't phase me. As long as I have light, as long as I'm, even if I'm hungry, it doesn't really matter. I have this thing in my brain that kind of overrides hunger, overrides everything. I need to see a job well done, and I need to see a job through to its end. So I'm kind of like crazy like that. And that's why, um, yeah, it's hard for me, because then people are like, wow, you're a tough boss. Because, like, and I always used to think it showed a good example, because, like, you can't be a good boss if you don't show people that, you can't work as hard as they do. So anyway, that's just a little tangent there, but I really like that page. So the next one goes into your sales and profits. So um, I haven't really read this part, but it says many artists and makers experience a lot of discomfort around money, but it's absolutely vital that you have clarity around your sales and profitability. They're foundations of a solid business, and if you don't pay attention to it, you could work really, really hard and you might make nothing. And it says your work is valuable, so don't get discouraged if your sales aren't where you want them to be. And then you have to do the work to understand your numbers. So you write down your total sales in 2023. So this is a number I wouldn't be able to write down right now anyway, because we're not quite finished 2023. And that says, what were my total expenses and what were my total profits? And then it says, how do I feel about these numbers? And what do I want them to look in 12 months' time? So there are, like, quite a few times, like, when you first start out a business, you might be negative. You might not have a profit, especially if it's just yourself. Because obviously, if you have employees, you need to pay them, right? And even if you have a big money pool to draw from, you'd still be in a negative profit because you're not making money to pay your employees or yourself. So that's important. This one says customers and followers. So, how many people visit my website or Etsy store each month? How much did this number grow in 2023? How many people are on my mailing list? For me, that's a big, well, I think I have a mailing list through my blog, but I don't know how many people are on it. I think three, including myself. How much did this number grow? How many followers do I have on my primary social media? How much did this number grow? How many followers on my secondary social media? And again, growing. And then how do I feel about these numbers? Okay, so it's really focusing on profit and then your followers. So here it talks about your product range. So what was my most successful product? How much profit do I make each time I sell one of them? Which of my products didn't work at all, and do I know why? What percent of my sales come from my best selling product? What percent of my sales come from my most profitable product? And then how do I feel about my product range? And here it talks about shops and galleries. So how many shops and galleries am I selling to? What was the total value of my sales? And which shop or gallery makes up the biggest percent of my sales? And how do I feel about my current stockist? And what lessons did I learn from working with them? So, I mean, that might not always be applicable to some business owners. So, I know it's not for me. Then this one, you list your craft fairs and art markets. I didn't attend any. So, for me, it's a big fat zero. And then you can reflect and release. So, you write down all of your thoughts and how things went and how it went for your business. Okay, and then it does have a page for notes on the back. So the third tab is planning and envisioning for 2024. So it gives you a lot to read through. And I haven't got this far yet, but for example, it kind of gives you a really good example of how you should be planning ahead. And I don't even plan ahead this far. That's one of my goals for 2024 was to be more on trend, especially with my makeup channel, because what I'd find is people like Angela Bright or Ellie Gleans would go ahead and they'd buy a palette. They would somehow get their hands on a palette before it was even released. And then for the big release date, they would post a video. And here I am thinking and I need to save up money for that. So I would work at my business and sell stickers, and then I would use that money to go and buy the palette. But it would be 2 or 3 months later because I never had enough money. So I was always behind and my videos were never current. And one of my goals this year is to be more on point, to be more on trend and more current. So I want to research makeup trends and beauty trends, and I want to make sure that I have that palette before, maybe not before it's released, but as soon as I can get it, even if it's the release day. And then if I get it a week or two later, then I can do that video right away. So one of the issues was I was filming far too in advance. And so now I'm doing 2 videos a week. So I can easily reschedule mine if I have to. But this is talking about, for example, January, you're already designing for Mother's Day, which is in May. Okay. And then your marketing focus is January sales and Valentine's Day, which is February. So you really have to think ahead when you have a business. And, that's one of the goals that might actually be a good point. A really good point for myself actually is what I'm going to make notes on here while we go through, because I didn't plan far ahead. Planning ahead for marketing, especially for marketing and yeah, and I wouldn't mind doing an email list. I mean, that an email subscribe list, it's going to be a lot of work, but we'll see. See if I can do it. Okay. So then it talks about dreams, goals, and strategy. So it talks about the why is your dream, the what is your goal, and the rest is all about strategy. So again, I haven't had a chance to read all this yet, but so the first one talks about your dream. So it says, why did I start my creative business? What did I want to have more of or less of? So you can write or sketch your vision for what your life will look like with a successful creative business. What do you want it to be, do, and have? How will your life be different from how it is now? Okay, and then here it says, why do I want this? Write down all the reasons why you want the life you've sketched out on this page. Think about what you want for yourself and your loved ones and what you want for society and the world at large. Okay, next page, your biggest dream for 2024 and what are the next steps to get to that dream? So it says, think of this exercise as brainstorming some possible goals. Email 3 new potential wholesale customers or create new summer collection as an example. Okay, then this is the sales growth strategy. So my 2024 goal for my business revenue and then a goal for my personal income. So what will I do to increase my business sales? Will I create new products? How will I sell more of my existing products? Will I adjust to my current marketing strategy? What tools, equipment, and training do I need to fulfill my sales growth plans? And can I reduce my expenses to increase my profitability? So that's another thing. You could always like reinvent how much you're charging for everything. Maybe you can get things at less of a cost. I don't know. Like I haven't actually examined that in a while, because um, once I buy stuff from Amazon, I usually buy in bulk. So, for example, my packages that I use to send out my stickers in, I've got a whole box full, so I don't need to worry about that until I have to buy the next box. But I get mine on Amazon, and they're relatively cheap. So 2024 plan, customer growth strategy. So again, which art fairs and handmade markets will I apply to in 2024? I mean, I definitely could, but then again, like my business isn't just around my Etsy shop. It's also an online business. So I have my blog and I have my YouTube channels and my Instagram feed. So things are a little bit different for me. So I'm not really sure if I'd be in markets because my stickers, while I do print and ship, I don't have I don't have products on hand, so people can't come to me and use Square and buy stickers from me. Like that's not really how I run my business, because that would mean that I have to have a stock on hand, which means um, I could potentially make stickers that nobody would buy, and I would lose profit on that. So I don't do that. If I have oops stickers, I usually keep them for myself to use them in my planner to show my followers what I do, but I don't sell them. Okay, so this one's the customer growth strategy. Which publications would I love to be featured in this year? I wish. Which shops and galleries will I approach this year? Are there obvious places to find more like people like my best customers that I'm not already trying? Which new markets will I enter? What potential obstacles will I face in entering these new markets? What do I know about my customers? And what kinds of people buy from me? What do I already know about when and why customers purchase my products? Where can my customers be found online and offline? Okay, and then it talks about sales funnels. I know there's one channel that you guys might want to try out. If you're interested in this at all, check out Louise Henry. I'll link her channel in a card. She has been one of my greatest inspirations for online business, but lately she's been kind of turning more towards online courses, like creating an online course. But she talks about sales funnels a lot and making your business run easier. So using like a lot of tech and like online tools to make things faster. And so you have to do less work. So I bet you she's having a really grand time with AI right now, but I haven't actually checked out anything from her in a while, but my goal in the new year is to definitely do that. Okay. So here it says my key goals for 2024. So you pick one. You have an audience growth goal, which is what I'm going to be heading for, or a sales growth goal. Okay. And then um, you can actually have 5. I don't think she does more than that. No, you have 5. So it could be for like, my main YouTube channel, then my secondary YouTube channel. So I know I'm making money on my main YouTube channel, but I'm not on my secondary channel. So I could do both. I could do my main and my main, and the first one would be an audience, and the second one would be a money. But on YouTube, it's a bit difficult because the only thing that you can control are the content videos that you produce. So you can't make people sit there and watch ads. You can't tell people to watch your ads. So it's a little bit out of your control, but you can change the way you create content or change your style, or change the content itself. So my goal probably wouldn't be um, money oriented. It would probably be more um, audience oriented. So I've got 2 YouTube channels. I have a blog. Again, I don't make much money, but my goal for that would be audience. But then maybe my stickers would be a sales growth goal. So it just, you have to kind of look at everything and um, see where you're at. Okay, so again, so it says 6 gift guide posts or other posts offering suggestions for gifting your products. 6 common misconceptions about what you do. 6 posts highlighting reviews or testimonials. 6 answers to common questions about your work. 6 posts highlighting one of your stock lists. Okay, this is backwards. For some reason, I printed it backwards. So it says blogging is a great way to get traffic to your website or online store, to answer customers' questions, and to encourage them to stay on your website for longer. So 6 posts about how to use store, wear, display, care for your products. So is this okay, here are some prompts to help you generate 52 blog post ideas, one for each week of the year. So this is if you have a blog and you're talking about your products. That makes sense. 6 posts showcasing one of your products. 6 behind the scene posts. 4 how it works posts explaining how to order, commission you, join a workshop, etc. And then the ones I talked about. See, I don't really know if that fits for me, but I wouldn't mind doing a video on how I make stickers. I think that would be cool. I haven't done that yet, and that was on my radar. For 1 year, and I never followed through with it. Okay, so this one says, what will I talk about in my email marketing? So if you have an email messaging thing, then you can talk about there. This is key topics to focus on in my social media marketing. So answering questions. How can I find creative ways to answer the questions people most often ask about my work? Building trust, so testimonials. Building community. How can I bring people together with shared interests or shared identity? Introducing myself and my work. And building engagement. What can I ask people's opinion on? So like the community posts on YouTube are great for that because you can just do a poll and then ask what they most want to see or something, right? I've done that a few times. This one, which specific new products will I create in 2024? Are there opportunities for me to expand into workshops, experience products, or digital markets? And what obstacles will I face in trying these new options? Okay, so then the next tab is all about tracking your progress. So this talks about your sales for the entire year, the materials you purchased, expenses, and then your profit. Okay, so you can plan your year. They give you a year to glance. Yeah, I think I printed maybe some of these pages are backwards. I don't know. But it gives you a whole bunch of pages for notes. And then you have your goals. Okay, so your 5 goals. Even though she said to have like a goal per month, but maybe these are like bigger goals, like, attract, I don't know, like for example, 2,000 more YouTube subscribers for the year of 2024. And then I have to iron out how I would do that. Okay, even though it's a little bit, like I said, it's kind of not really under your control. So it's hard to make a goal like that, but I mean, you can try and then you can change your content accordingly. So this is tracking your progress. So mailing list subscribers, followers on whatever, social media, and website visitors. So I do all of this stuff. I track mine already, and I have a business planner for that for my Jane's Agenda. So it gives you tips on completing your monthly action plan, and your monthly action plan is how you're going to achieve your goal. Okay, so then the next tab is heading right into January. So you have a brain dump. So you can write everything that's on your mind for the month of January. You can write it down here. And then you can come back to, you can write down ideas that you have in your head. You can write down questions or what you want to work on, anything. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here, so you put your goal here, whatever is most important. Then you break it down, make time for yourself. So it says, what will I do just for myself this month? And then turn to the planner and schedule it in. What gets scheduled gets done. Okay, money and marketing. So how much do I want to pay myself? What bills do I have to get paid this month? What payments do I expect to receive? How many sales do I need to make to cover my bills and pay myself too? How will I get those sales? How will I market my business this month? Which galleries, bloggers, journalists, and influencers will I contact this month? So then you have a calendar So you can go ahead and put in your posting schedule, or, whether you're marketing for, like it said in the beginning, like Valentine's Day or Mother's Day or something. Okay, and then you have the first week of January. So literally, you put in 3 things to do on each of these days. So I'm going to do this. Like, I don't care if it's rewriting it twice. I'm going to put it in here and then refer to that. Like, for example, if I was to keep my same schedule that I have now, Monday, I don't really do a whole lot. I actually, to be honest, I kept it as a journaling day because I hated Mondays so much. I kept it as a journaling day to do something for myself, so that kind of going into the week, I wasn't overwhelmed and hated my job. I wanted it to be fun and pleasant. So I didn't actually schedule a lot of work Monday morning. But when I look back on it and I'm looking at my planner now in review, Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, but basically those first 2 days, I'm my most productive. I've got the most energy, especially in the morning. I just want to go, go, go. I wake up at 5 unless I sleep in, and I just want to, I just want to go for it. So I wonder if I should be rearranging my days, and maybe Wednesday or maybe Friday, I should be putting on my journaling, because then I know my work will get done. And if my journaling doesn't get done, it's not the end of everything. But, you know, it is hard when you have lots of goals, especially personal goals, because those things are also still important. So it really comes down to what you want. So you can also have a goal for the week, and that comes down from that main monthly goal that you broke down. Okay, so it continues every week of January. Okay, and then it gets to the 1st of February, so you have a small spot for notes here. And then you have January month end review. So it talks about how much money and your customers. So how much money did I make in sales? How much profit did I make after expenses? How much did I pay myself, my best-selling product, and a product that didn't sell so well? Customers, how many email subscribers did I add? How many followers did I add on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media? Did I learn anything about my customers that I can add to my ideal customer profile? Did I learn anything about my customers buying my products? And how can I use this information in my marketing going forward? Health and well-being and lessons learned. So how did I feel? Did I get enough sleep and exercise? Did I eat well? Did I work through the weekends? What am I most proud of having accomplished this month? And what will I do to reward myself or celebrate my wins? Lessons learned, what worked well, what didn't work for me, can I adapt it and try again? Do I even want to? Were there any situations I wish I'd handled differently? And is there anything I need to stop doing? Okay, and then that's it. You have another page of notes, and then you go into February. And so I think I went to the very back, and I think it's the same right to the end. So you get to the end of December, and then you have the December review, and then that's it. So the only other thing that I wanted to mention here, this is like the last tab. Let's see here. I think it just gives you more note pages. So this is a printout. I think I had 2 different printouts here. So if you purchase the planner, you can actually print these out. One of them is a momentum builder quiz. So you can say where you are. And on the other side, you can calculate the cost. It tells you like how to calculate the cost of your product. You could probably do this for every product if you wanted to. Like, my products are usually all the same, except for, like, I offer different paper types, so my paper is different cost, but you can do that. And then this one is a 1-page business plan. So I've never had a business plan, never went to business school, but it talks about your ideal customer and what products do you sell, what resources do you need to run the business right now, how much monthly income would I like my business to provide, how many products do I need to sell to achieve that, how much are my monthly overheads, so those are fixed bills that you need to pay whether you sell anything or not, how many products do I need to sell in order to cover it, how much are my monthly expenses for marketing and show fees, again, how much do I need to cover it, what is the total number of products I need to sell each month, what is the total number of products I need to sell each year, and if 10% of my customer list buy from me per year, how many people do I need to reach my desired income level? How many people am I currently adding to my email list per month? What can I do to increase the rate at which I'm adding people to my customer list? And what resources will I need as my business grows? So you can really see, like, I notice a lot of companies, and well, maybe not companies, but everybody has an email subscriber list. And that's the one thing I don't have. And while that's great for marketing, it really is. There's some companies that are just like, no, I'm not doing it. Um, like, for example, Once More with Love. And she's like, sometimes I'll have a good release. If I have a good release, I'll send out an email marketing newsletter with like, a discount code or something. And then there's the budget mom who has a blog every Friday. And if she has new products coming out, she always posts about it. But yeah, she actually has an email set up and that she will send her blog to every person on that list. And I guess that's something I could do, except when they sign up for my website or my blog, I don't always know what their interest is because I blog on so many different topics. I have like spirituality, productivity, online business, YouTube, parenting, seasonal stuff. Like it's all over the place for me because my interest was in writing. It's not necessarily any one specific topic. So maybe at the beginning I branched out too quickly. I don't know, but I do write about the things that I enjoy, and usually that's productivity and time management, and planning, of course. I love posting about planning stuff, but yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys got some value out of this. And I know I didn't write anything in it except at the beginning, but if you are interested, I don't have a discount code or anything. It's just something I found online, but I figured if anyone else also has the interest of growing your business, even like I said, if it's YouTube or if it's um, Instagram, or you have an Etsy shop, this might really work well for you, especially if you don't really know where to start. This is a great starting point. And then you might use it again and again. Like, because I have immersed myself in the planner community. I already have my planner set up. I have my tried and true, um, and so I've kind of set up my own system, my own work planner, my business planner for my social media content, because my business evolves around social media. That's just what I do. All of that is part of what I do. So, and I've made it work for my planner. So my planner is part of my social media and part of my business. And it's not like I could just drop my planners, because again, I have two. I've got my personal Franklin Covey, which I share online, and then I have my Jane's Agenda business planner, which keeps all of that stuff organized. And I love it because it's like half letter, it's a perfect size, same size as Franklin Covey. So if I get the same inserts, I can punch them for discs or I can punch them for Franklin, which is 7-hole punch. So it's amazing and I love it. And so this one, while this is going to be a tool to help me, this might be something that you could use as your main planner, your main focus, especially if, maybe you don't need a planner for your personal life. Maybe you just need one for work. And then this one would be it. So I just wanted to share it with you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And um, if you're new, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you join my channel. I do talk mostly about planners, and Plan With Me is how I plan, how I use my planner every week. And so it gives you some ideas and tips on how to use it. And sometimes I showcase my products. I will be doing that soon. I think I'm going to do it in January because right now I'm focused on like Christmas stuff. So either January or maybe February. We'll see. We'll see how it goes because I usually have themes, and I need certain colors to go with those themes. So, but yeah, and then click the bell button too if you want to be notified when I upload new content. And all of those things really do help me out. They help me out with the algorithm on YouTube. So especially if you leave comments, interact with me, give the video a thumbs up, any of that stuff, that really helps with the algorithm. So please do that to help support me. And again, thank you guys so much for your time, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.